everyone thinks that if you attack the BJP, you can stay in the limelight. And that has become a trend all across the country. Even Trump wants to attack India to stay in the limelight. That's how much the world has been reduced to. India is shining very bright as a star. So DMK created many cinema stars, and one of the cinema stars they created was actor Vijay. And I see Vijay failing already as a politician. I think as a finance minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman has done extensively well in controlling prices, and I think India has one of the lowest inflation rates when compared to several other developing nations across the world.
Hello Federal viewers, welcome to a chat with senior BJP leader Mr. Vinoj P Selvam. Today we will be talking to him about the reforms, the GST reforms, the impact of the reforms in Tamil Nadu, and also about the alliance talks being held by BJP for the 2026 assembly polls. Hello Minister Vinoj, welcome to the show.
Vanakkam.
So we have been watching many videos of BJP leaders and MLAs going to many sweet shops, hotels and car showrooms asking the owners, the traders about the impact of GST reforms. How is the response on ground?
We all need to be very thankful to the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, because having a leader who thinks 24/7, 365 days about the welfare of the people is a rarity. I think in India we're very blessed to have a Prime Minister of this nature, because in independent India, ever since tax was introduced, I think this is the first time in history that the reduction of taxes actually happened directly benefiting the consumer. The end user is getting benefited extensively because of the tax cuts. Though the central government, which gets benefited by taxes, is taking a hit, the benefits are being directly transferred to the consumer, to the manufacturer, to the producer. All the sectors are getting benefited by this huge tax cut.
When you said, people should be thankful for their Prime Minister for bringing in these reforms, I'm just wondering, in the GST, actually the states, they face the bigger cut, right? So I'm just asking why the PM can't be thankful to the states.
See, the Prime Minister
why everybody should celebrate only the Prime Minister? Why they can't celebrate the state governments who are going to suffer the most?
See, suffering is for everyone. It is being shared by the entire nation. As in, the governments are doing it not for themselves, they're doing it for the people of the country. But it takes a very bold move, a decision to introduce these sort of reforms for the sake of the people. See, Congress tried to bring this about, but why was GST not being introduced? Because the share the states were going to get during that point of time was hardly anything. Minimal. Today, very minimal. Today, the central government shares an equal amount of money with the state governments with the revenue which they are making, which means the states' revenues have considerably gone up after the GST came in. And the tax structures have been simplified, because at the end of the day, who matters the most is the common man. The common man is benefited by the reduction of the tax structures from, VAT and cess and this and that and so many taxes to a single tax structure, and a simplified tax format has helped the common man. For instance, on the morning of the 22nd, Tamil Nadu had still not had passed on the benefits of the GST cut to the people in terms of selling milk. The base price of milk was increased in the morning.
But fresh milk is exempted from GST.
Yes, but when Nandini and when Amul and when Mother Dairy can cut down on the prices and directly have the benefits transferred to the consumer, the cost of paneer had come down by 40, the cost of curd had come down by 25 rupees. When that could be done, why didn't Tamil Nadu do that is the question which is being asked.
How the union government is going to handle Tamil Nadu in this issue when they are not ready to cut down GST? What will be their next step?
They've cut down GST. They can't do that. They've cut down GST.
About the milk products.
See, Tamil Nadu government has always been very...
No, I'm asking about the legal way of handling this issue when they are not ready to cut down the GST.
There's no choice given to them. All the state governments will comply by it, because it's a council. GST is a council, and it was a council decision. And Tamil Nadu is also a party to the GST council. They've also agreed to it. It is not that they have protested.
DMK Minister Palanivel Thiagarajan criticized the GST council, the functioning of the council itself. He says it is against the federal structure of the nation, because the voting method in the GST council itself, because the centre has the upper hand, having the 33% of the vote share, and asking all the states to share just 67%. How can this be fair? How? And he says this is again a vote chori method to stop any reforms and having the say of the states in this GST Council.
The entire system of vote chori has been struck down not by the government, by the Supreme Court itself. Okay, so the concept of vote chori itself was to somehow try and create a Nepal situation in India. It was the agenda given to...
No, about the GST Council.
No, I'm talking about vote chori on the whole. Okay, so the concept of vote chori itself has failed. So just like how the concept of vote chori has failed for Rahul Gandhi, any system which PTR has no choice. PTR now has to stay relevant politically because the party has sidelined him. And his only way of survival is to attack the BJP, because everyone thinks that if you attack the BJP, you can stay in the limelight, and that has become a trend all across the country. Forget the country, even Trump wants to attack India to stay in the limelight. That's how much the world has been reduced to. India is shining very bright as a star.
We have to check whether we had, reduced the price, reduced the tax on par with the inflation.
Ma'am, you should also look at the inflation of all the other countries which are around us. You should not just talk about the price rise which is happening in India. I think as a finance minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman has done extensively well in controlling prices, and I think India has one of the lowest inflation rates when compared to several other developing nations across the world. So we've been very, very successful in controlling inflation, in controlling various other factors who have been trying to meddle with the internal affairs of India, and we've been a very, very strong union government in making sure that we are able to keep our head up beyond all the threats, threats of countries like America trying to come and meddle into your affairs by putting in tariffs. The concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat, which the Prime Minister introduced on the 12th of May 2020, the stimulus package which he gave, the 2 lakh crores which was introduced as stimulus package during COVID, has absolutely helped the country lift its head up and walk very proudly, as a Bharatiya. We are all proud today, and inflation, that's one one area where no one can point fingers at the central government and say that we're doing bad.
If we have reduced inflation so much, why we rank 105 out of 227 countries in the Global Hunger Index?
Ma'am, this ranking which is being made by individual organizations, they put India somewhere in the 135th place in terms of happiness index and peace and all that, and they put countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh at 40 and 50. Okay, so all these indexes are being made by individual organizations with vested interests. That is not the reality of what is happening across the globe. They are not organizations which are very, very trustworthy in terms of being able to understand what is happening in every country. India's happiness index ranks way above the nations which are in arms for wheat and maida. We see the situation in Pakistan, we see the situation in Bangladesh, and if you can rank these countries ahead of us, then we can understand what kind of agenda these agencies which put out these rankings are having. We should also keep in mind the number of people who have been lifted out of poverty over the last 11 years under Sri Narendra Modi's period. So the number of people who come out of employment, there are various factors which
because
we need
we have lowered the poverty line, we have lowered the indicators which we used to have for the poverty index.
Ma'am, nothing of that sort happens. We are doing things on par with global standards in making sure that the GDP of the states go up, the individuals' earnings go up.
Can you explain to us what made the GST Council to give 5% tax on idli and dosas and the tax relief for chapati and other North Indian staple food?
Are you saying that you never eat chapati in your house, or you never eat puri?
But that's not my staple, right?
See,
that's the say of the people.
It is on the batter. Okay, it is on the batter which is being sold. It is on all. Let's take the case of namkeen products. Namkeen products are being ate almost every day in north of India. But namkeen products also are coming under GST slab.
Yes, but when you compare the staple food, why there is a GST tax 5% on my idli and dosa and not for chapati and puri?
It is on the ready-made batter which is being kept, not on the product which is being sold loose. So it is only on the product which is being made as batter and which is being sold in stores.
So why this GST reforms is touted as a gift for Diwali? Why the government did not give any gifts for the last 8 years? Why suddenly a gift now?
See, this is a statement like what
because
the DMK
the oppositions are saying this is just planned ahead of elections in all the
what elections? They got done in 2024. They didn't do it. They did it now. Okay, Bihar BJP is winning either way. They don't need these reforms to be.
Karnataka, you know.
See, in India, elections come.
It's like any annual festival. It's
every year elections are coming. That is why then the Prime Minister has been proposing one nation, one election, the next one nation, one election. You don't want that, and every time a reform comes, you say, oh, it's for the elections. So you never want reforms to happen in the country. You don't want new education system. You don't want a new tax structure. You don't want new business methods. You want to still rot in the olden world.
So will we get Diwali gift next year also?
See, you can't expect tax reforms to be cut every year. A Diwali gift is being given by Prime Minister every year in a different method. Okay, it doesn't have to be tax cuts. Tax cuts don't happen every year. It is not like elevating Udayanidhi Stalin overnight as the Deputy CM. It is not like making Inbanadi the CEO of Resigned Movies overnight. Tax structures takes time. You know, it involves a lot of people and a lot of thought process is being put in. It's not like a family-run unit, you know, where like BJP like wakes up in the morning and says, okay, I cut your tax, okay, I make him PM, I make him CM. That's not how things work. So we need to understand that and let the courts take its own time to act.
Fine. Thanks for all those GST responses. I will take you now to the Tamil Nadu politics. So there are many alliance talks being held. I'm just wondering who heads Tamil Nadu BJP as of now. Though the state president is Naina Nagendran, many sources say that it's Annamalai who is calling the shots. The former president is calling the shots.
BJP is a party which respects its hierarchy. And in our hierarchy, today we have Sri Naina Nagendran as a state president, and we will fall in line, the state unit falls in line, and then he falls in line of the national leadership. So we follow hierarchy, and we are taught the process of respecting the party's high command.
But why Annamalai is meeting all the other parties, like even TTV, Dinakaran?
They were partners with the BJP. We contested the 2024 elections together, and they are not aligned with the DMK. They are all, ultimately what needs to happen is an alignment of all like-minded parties who are opposing the DMK to come together to face the elections.
Mr. Vinoj, you mentioned TVK has a Naxal mindset and the party has to be curbed. They are against the development. Why do you say this?
It is very detrimental to a state's growth if political parties keep protesting any development which has to come to the state. So if now the DVK wants to come out and start using the same formula of trying to instigate people against development, sometimes the youth seem to be misled. They don't seem to understand the consequences of such protests. But ultimately, it's them who are getting affected. They who are going to be getting jobless. You don't want Paranur Airport, well and good. So where do you want the airport? You want the airport in Panayur, next to your house? Because you seem to be needing an aircraft to go to Trichy. So you're not willing to take the road to travel 200 kilometers to meet your own cadre. But you don't want an airport for the common man to fly. So what sort of mindset is this? And that is what I criticized and said it's bad for the development of the state and the country if you keep opposing every developmental project which has to come to a state.
How do you think Vijay is reaching out to his cadres? In the last 2 weeks, we had seen so many thousands of youngsters, women, men, even old people. They gather for his meetings. How do you see this as a politician? How do you look at this?
See, in Tamil Nadu, cinema has always been a religion. Okay, it is beyond just a form of art, and there is no political organization in the world which has used art to their benefit as much as the DMK. So DMK created many cinema stars, and one of the cinema stars they created was actor Vijay. So his fan following is huge. I don't question his fan following, and the youth of Tamil Nadu are very inclined towards cinema because all other states have elections in their colleges, in their universities. Unfortunately, in Tamil Nadu, we don't have that system. That has been banned. So the inclination of the students, you either choose you mentally you become right, you become left, you become a centrist. But that option of choosing is curtailed for the students here. So students take to cinema as a form of let out for their emotions, a form of let out as a form of entertainment. Cinema is the only thing they look forward to. So cinema stars have a lot of a hold over the minds of these youngsters. So what sort of a mindset are you coming with as a politician? As if you're going to come and parrot what the DMK says, we already have DMK for that. So why do we need a party? You need to have the guts to come out and speak what's right and what's wrong. And if you can't do that, then as a politician, you fail. And I see Vijay failing already as a politician.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vinoj, for sharing your thoughts on GST and also about the alliance talks in the 2026 Assembly polls. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.